So, Israel's Mossad's been spying on the International Criminal Court, making threats, trying to intimidate prosecutors and undermine investigations. Turns out it's not a new tactic. It started long before the chief prosecutor applied for arrest warrants for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Defense Minister Yoav Gallant. Let me explain. The UN General Assembly recognized Palestine as a state. Israeli leaders were less than thrilled. They called it diplomatic terrorism. As a state, Palestine signed on to the Rome Statute, and that gave the ICC jurisdiction over Palestinian territories, including East Jerusalem. Until this point, Israeli officials could keep the ICC away. Israel hasn't signed up to the statute, and it doesn't recognize the court's jurisdiction. But Palestine's decision allowed the court to open a case. First was the 2014 war on Gaza, which killed 2,251 Palestinians in less than 2 months. The ICC's chief prosecutor at the time, Fatou Bensouda, began looking into allegations of war crimes. A Guardian and 972 magazine investigation reveals Israel's Mossad began to tap her phone. Someone even showed up at her home with an envelope full of cash. Then things get weirder. In 2019, a key internal decision on whether the court indeed had jurisdiction over occupied Palestinian territories was pending. Enter Joseph Kabila, former president of the DRC. Bensouda had gone to a New York hotel to meet with Kabila. But he had an unannounced guest with him, Mossad chief Yossi Cohen. Reports suggest Cohen was trying to pressure Bensouda into abandoning her investigations. When it became obvious she wouldn't comply, Cohen turned up the heat. Repeated phone calls, sudden appearances, and thinly veiled threats about her career and security. Which brings me to a key clause in international justice. Did you know that if a state is conducting a credible investigation into a criminal allegation, the ICC is prevented from getting involved? And this is one of the reasons Israel spied on the court. It could find out what it was looking into and stop the investigation going any further by simply appearing to have already investigated the complaint. Here's another point. In 2021, Bensouda announced a full investigation into the Palestine case, and that set in motion a process that could lead to criminal charges. And it's this file that's currently open on her successor's desk. And that leads me back to the arrest warrants.
Through this incendiary decision, Mr. Khan takes his place among the great anti-Semites in modern times.
How did Netanyahu know that Karim Khan was considering arresting him, or that Khan was being pressured by the US to abandon the case? The spying, of course. But Khan has pressed on, and he warned Israeli officials from the start.
Those who do not comply with the law should not complain later, when my office takes action based upon solid evidence. That day has come. Today we underline, in the clearest possible fashion, that international law and the laws of armed conflict apply to everyone. No foot soldier, no commander, no civilian leader, no one can act with impunity.